Well, hello and welcome to our video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection attorney in the state of Alabama. And the question we'll look at today is, what are my 5 options now that I've been sued by portfolio recovery? A little bit of background about portfolio recovery is one of the largest debt collectors or debt buyers in the nation. And they file a tremendous number of lawsuits in Alabama. Typically, they're filing about 100 lawsuits a week in Alabama. Just an amazing number. And so, first of all, I want to congratulate you for taking action by watching this video. You're building momentum, you're gaining some knowledge, and we'll talk about how you need to do more than just gain knowledge. But it's very important what you're doing because so many people simply do nothing. And when they do nothing, they lose. So let's talk about, you got to make sure you respond in time so there's no default judgment. So how do you know what your time limit to respond is? Well, you should get with a copy of the lawsuit what's called a summons, and it'll tell you what I'm about to tell you. But you count from the day you were served with the lawsuit. And sometimes there's confusion over when you were served, so you do have to figure that out. When does the court believe that you were actually served? And if you were sued in small claims or district court, you have 14 days to answer from the date you were served. If you were sued in circuit court, you have 30 days to answer from the date of service. So let's talk about your 5 options. And let me give them to you real quick, and then we'll go through each one still pretty quickly, but it'll give you some detail on them. First one is bankruptcy. Second one is fight the lawsuit on your own. Third one is settle the lawsuit on your own. Fourth one is hire a lawyer to fight the lawsuit. Fifth one is hire a lawyer to settle the lawsuit. So let's look at these in some detail. Number 1 is bankruptcy. You're probably getting all sorts of letters from bankruptcy lawyers saying, we can file bankruptcy. We can make this lawsuit go away. And assuming you qualify, that's true. Okay? And typically the cost of bankruptcy, you can find some people that do it very, very cheaply. Now, you may never see the lawyer till you're actually in court, and you can decide if that's something you want or not. But I'm talking about people that I think are legitimate bankruptcy practitioners. Probably the total cost is going to be typically $1,500 to $2,500 when you count in all the court fees and stuff like that. So that may be a good price. If you're sued for $30,000, it may not be a good price if you're sued for $3,000. Okay, bankruptcy is very extreme. And it's very rare that it's appropriate. But it is something that when we do a consultation where we help people understand their options, we definitely cover this one and say, is this something that we need to explore? Usually the answer is no, but occasionally we say, yes, you really need to file bankruptcy. But let's assume that we're not filing bankruptcy. Then we have some do-it-yourself options. The second option out of our 5 options is fight the lawsuit on your own. Now, the biggest advantage is you do not have to pay a lawyer. The biggest disadvantage is you do not have a lawyer. Understand portfolio recovery. Remember I said they file about 100 lawsuits a week. They have a lawyer there. And they're very experienced doing this. And so you have to weigh that cost and that advantage of not paying an attorney. But I will tell you this, if you're sued in small claims or district court by portfolio, and if you're willing to put in the work and the time and the effort, you can do this on your own. Now, there's no guarantee about anything, okay? So I can't promise you you'll win, but I'll say that it's a legitimate option if you fight them on your own in district or small claims court. Circuit court, pretty hard to do. Just the rules are more complex. Well, what if you want to settle it on your own? This is the third option. Again, you don't have to pay a lawyer. And as long as you make the payment, whatever your deal is with portfolio, you're done. The downside is you don't have a lawyer helping you. And are you going to make sure that portfolio honors the deal that at least you think that you have? Because sometimes there's, quote, confusion, where these debt collectors will say, oh, well, we sued you for 5 and you paid us 2, and that wasn't really a settlement. We went and got a default judgment against you for $3,000. So you have to make sure everything is very clear in writing. Also keep in mind portfolio will keep their credit reporting on you even after you settle, and you probably will deal with taxes. So give you a typical example. Say you're sued for $8,000. Portfolio typically would take in a lump sum probably $5,000 or $6,000. Okay, so let's just say it's $5,000. Well, then in January, most likely they're going to issue a 1099 to you and say you had $3,000 of income. That's the $8,000 that they said you owed. You paid them $5,000, so they quote forgave $3,000, which can be considered income. So you have to keep all this in mind when you're evaluating your options. Now, there are some hire lawyer options here. The fourth option out of our 5 options is you hire a lawyer to fight the case. The disadvantage is you have to pay a lawyer. The advantage is you have a lawyer going in there with you. And if you're hiring somebody, presumably it's because you feel like they have the knowledge, the skill, the expertise, the experience to make it more likely for you to win than not hiring them. The fifth option is you hire a lawyer to help settle the case. Now again, the downside is you're going to have to pay the lawyer. The upside is you say, well, am I getting a better deal even with what I'm paying the lawyer than what I could get on my own? And so that's why you need to carefully evaluate all these options. The question we always get is, well, which option is best for me? I have no idea, because your situation is very unique. And what we have to do is really talk to you. And watching this video, and we have other versions of this, I think one's like an hour and 20 minutes long. We answer a whole bunch of questions. But even just the knowledge in this video, when we talk, we can very quickly narrow it down to usually about 2 options and say, you know what? I think these 2 options are the best for you. Either one's going to be fine. You decide what you want to do. So feel free to give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you think through those. And just give you a couple examples here. You need a bankruptcy lawyer? We'll help you find one. You want to handle this on your own? We'll share with you some resources. I'll give them to you. Just give you these. I think they're very valuable resources, how to handle this stuff on your own. So be glad to do that. If you want to hire us, I'm going to say we always, I can't think of any exception. So I think that's a fair statement. We always do these on a flat fee. So you know exactly what our fee is, whether the case is resolved the day after you hire us or if it drags out a year and we go to trial. Our fee doesn't change. It's one flat fee based on your case, so you know exactly what it is. And then you can evaluate, does this make sense to hire us? Do you want to do this on your own? Do you want to do bankruptcy? What do you want to do? This will help give you information so you can make a good decision. So if you have questions, comments of a general nature, feel free to put those below this video, or if you're watching this on our website, you can put it on our website. Now, if you have specific kind of private questions, definitely reach out to us directly. 205-879-2447, or you can contact us through alabamaconsumer.com. That's our main consumer website, and we'll be more than happy to help you think through your options. And let me say this. You have a lot of knowledge now. Knowledge is not enough. You have to put action with the knowledge for it to mean anything. That expression, knowledge is power. No, knowledge plus action is power. So you've gained knowledge. I'll be glad to talk with you. You call my office, 205-879-2447. Ask to speak to Carolyn. She'll pull your court record, the complaint, see what the court says at least about when you were served. Usually it's accurate. Sometimes it's not accurate. Sure is nice to know, what the time period that the court believes that 14 days or 30 days will operate on. She'll pull all that. She'll set us up phone consultation. Absolutely no charge. More than happy to talk with you. We'll go through your 5 options, figure out what's best for you, and then let you make the decision. I will never rush you or pressure you on that. I'll just tell you, here's what I think your best options are, and then you decide what you want to do. So if we can help you in any way, let us know, and I appreciate you watching this video and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.